Good afternoon. By name, I am Bokan Sislu, here to present an insight of my experience during my teaching practices. Before making a decision about what school I wanted to do for my teaching practices, I aimed to create an inclusive, engaging, and supporting learning environment that was fostered in me to strive for academic excellence, creativity, and social growth. Being in a familiar environment gave me the opportunity to apply theoretical knowledge in a real-world setting. This experience allowed me to reconnect with the school community and contribute to the growth of students who once walked the same path that I did. For our first group assignment during first semester, we created a campaign as team which was called Community Hope, Transforming Poverty Schools. The aim of Eyes on Health, well-being to children is to improve pupils in schools with proper nutrition given to them. We aim to ensure that there are no malnourished pupils in school. Furthermore, clean water and sanitation will be implemented in schools and improve the primary school health state, which in return will improve their cognitive abilities and academic performance. And we provide necessary resources to disadvantaged schools and provide materials that the students and the schools acquire. As we understand how crucial an environment has an impact to a learner's educational life. This coming back to the fact that the school I did my practices in was not very advantaged. The positive aspect about the school is that they go all out for their learners in making a lesson more interesting. A lot of colorful 2D charts and objects were displayed in almost every class, such as the images displayed on the chart. The natural science was the inspiration behind it. This was to compensate the fact that there were no projectors or any modern equipment in the school, but this showed me as an educator how you should always find a way to make a lesson effective. I was given the opportunity to become a track field coach during my teaching practices, and the school didn't have a proper track field for learners to practice on, bringing us back to the campaign's aim, that we strive to implement a safe teaching environment, reminding us that academic excellence is just as important as sports. Though it was quite an experience with the decorated classrooms and seeing educators in their element, classroom management was quite difficult as learners were not behaved in most cases. Such behavior led to poor conditions of the school's property, such as poor books and tables. Books weren't enough in the schools and maturity were worn out. Considering how old the school is and that there weren't enough learners that were behaving, I got to experience that knowing every learner as an individual showed me how they have unique differences and how they possess them. It taught me to learn and to analyze my words before I talk, as learners are all different and they all process things differently. During my teaching practice, I discovered the significance of understanding each pupil's unique characteristics. Recognizing that learners comprehend information differently, I adapted my teaching approach to cater their individual needs. This included identifying them as individuals, and that my mentor's support was very invaluable as she provided necessary resources like charts and posters that created a comfortable teaching environment for me. The staff's warmth and encouragement allowed me to engage in school activities, showcasing the rewarding aspects of teaching. This experience rekindled fond school memories and reminded me of the impact educators have on shaping young minds. Being part of an environment where I could inspire and mold future greatness was truly thrilling, and the impact was left in me by the teachers, which I am to achieving this journey among young children. I'm going to be explaining the inspirations that I got from creating my collage. From the first three corners, we see nice decorated flowers, which were inspired by the class that I was teaching my formal lesson in, whereby the mentor teacher really believed in creating a very colorful space and vibrant space for learners to be able to enjoy the scenery. And over here we have fossils, dinosaurs, and a sculpture of a human body. It was inspired by the week that I was in the natural science class, whereby the topic they were focusing on was fossils and how dinosaurs came by to extinct, and the human body was a structure that I found in the classroom, whereby this was an inspiration that came about from it. The Trails of Education here going down to the brain was inspired by the debate competition that I was given the opportunity to help the kids with. It enlightened me more in getting to know the kids' unique abilities of thinking and how they can be able to think quick on the spot. And here is it's kids on a track field, whereby I was also given the opportunity to be their coach for a week, whereby they participated in zeros to go and run track field 100 meters, and others were in cross country, and I was given the opportunity to go with them on the field to go and mentor them. And over here we have pictures of worn-out books on shelves. As the school that I was taking part in, it was an old school and it was not very advantaged. So most of the books were in poor conditions, but the school made it work out by making extra copies for learners that needed them. And the library that which we were collecting our books from was a very old library, so it was very difficult in getting the books that we needed in good condition for learners.